just 7 days to explore one of the most breathtaking, otherworldly places on Earth, Iceland. We set out to see just how much can truly be experienced in a week. From geysers to glaciers, icebergs to ice caves, waterfalls to lava flows. This is what's possible in 7 days in Iceland with family tripping. But there's a concern. Tourism in Iceland has tripled since I last came in 2012. The arrivals hall just now was packed. I'm hoping that Iceland's rugged wild beauty hasn't been lost to crowds. As we only have a week for our road trip, we're focusing on the south coast, home to many of Iceland's most iconic sites, along with some less travelled spots. You can download our itinerary for free in the description, or just scan the QR code at the end of the video. First stop, Reykjavík, a 45-minute drive from Iceland's main international airport. It's a colourful, walkable capital city, home to this stunning church which has great views from the top. There are more panoramic views from the roof of Perlan Museum, a 10-minute drive from the city centre. This interactive museum was the reason we made Reykjavík our first stop, as it would be a fantastic way to learn about what we'd see on our trip. You walk through a real man-made ice cave, watch a fascinating film about volcanoes, and there are some great hands-on and even bums-on exhibits. For a bird's-eye view of the country, we headed to FlyOver Iceland. We couldn't film, but it's a fun, full-sensory ride, simulating a flight over Iceland's dramatic landscapes. Before bed, we managed to squeeze in a walk around the harbour, and were lucky enough to see a majestic Danish tall ship. We didn't want to dwell in Reykjavík, as the wild was waiting. En route from Reykjavík to Vik, we stopped at a geothermal park. It not only smelt eggy, it tasted eggy. You could pay to boil an egg in the geothermally heated water, taste delicious rye bread baked overnight in the steam, and watch a geyser erupt every 20 minutes. Wow. We carried on towards Vik, passing some amazing waterfalls, which we'd explore later in the trip, as we were on a mission to get to Vik in time for our booked Katla Ice Cave tour. It got off to a bumpy start, literally. The Super Jeep ride was an unexpected highlight, as was the greeting from an Arctic fox. The scenery is surreal. It's probably the closest I'll get to another planet. But who knows, maybe by the time the boys are older, they'll be family tripping in space. Crampons were provided, which helped us keep our footing on the glacier. Even though the glacier looks black because it's May, late spring, we were still walking on solid ice. It's just covered in layers of volcanic ash from past eruptions of Katla volcano. Occasionally stopping for an icy snack and some refreshing glacial water, we made it to the ice cave. These caves come and go, they're nature's work. This one wasn't quite as spectacular as past ones in the area, but still a wonder all the same. We whipped up an appetite, so we stopped for some black crust pizza in Vik, very on theme as we'd be exploring the black sand beaches in the morning. These are the striking basalt rocks at Vik's famous and dangerous beach, where sneaker waves have claimed lives. So don't get too close, I'm using a zoom lens, or turn your back on the water. And be sure to read the warning signs and follow the traffic light system. Closer to the centre of Vik is another black beach, which we explored with help from Icelandic horses. They have 2 extra gaits in addition to the usual walk, trot, canter or gallop. They can also tolt and pace. They're known for their sure-footedness, which was reassuring as I was way out of my comfort zone. The black volcanic sand is a stark reminder of the looming presence of Katla. It's one of Iceland's most feared volcanoes because if it blows, the resulting glacial floods could devastate the low-lying parts of towns like Vik. We learned more about all this at the Lava Show, where you can witness real flowing lava up close and actually feel the heat on your face. You can catch the show in Vik or Reykjavík, and it's an unforgettable way to experience Iceland's volcanic power safely. clearly not hot enough, we opted for some hot lava soup, not to be missed. It's in the same building as the show. 20 minutes west of Vik is a lighthouse with fantastic views. You might see puffins in May to July, most likely in the mornings and evenings, but we didn't see any despite getting there not long before closing. Today we're driving from Vik to Jökulsárlón Lagoon, which was the highlight of our previous trip to Iceland, pre-children. But on the way we stopped at its smaller, quieter cousin. We took a rib tour that took us right up to the glacier face. We didn't think it was quite as stunning and exciting as its cousin, 10 minutes up the road. On our previous visit we did the amphibious boat tour, which was great, but this time we just looked on, in awe of the lagoon's ever-changing beauty. Just across the road is what tourists are calling Diamond Beach, which is much easier to say than its real name. But the amount of diamonds, or rather ice, depends on nature's mood and the tides. We try again the next morning. Before we could ignore the advice of girl band TLC, we went searching for diamonds, and this time with a bit more luck. Low tide is thought to offer the best chance of ice, but there's no guarantee. The contrast between the crystal clear ice and the volcanic black sand makes this one of the most photographed beaches in the world. With diamonds ticked off, it was finally time to see some of Iceland's 10,000 waterfalls as we started to head back west. First up, Svartifoss, which lies inside Skógafoss Nature Reserve, a 45 to 60 minute hike from the visitors centre. Then we detoured off the ring road to see a canyon we'd read about. Apparently it wasn't on the radar of most tourists until Justin Bieber filmed a music video there. It's majestic though and worth a short detour. It can be accessed without going on an F-road, so you don't necessarily need a 4x4, but it depends on road and weather conditions. There's lots to talk about vehicle rental and driving in Iceland, but we'll save that for our travel tip video, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it. Back on the ring road, we passed through Iceland's mossy lava fields and stopped in the parking area to take a closer look. You're not allowed to walk on the moss, it's incredibly fragile. We continued on to two of Iceland's most famous waterfalls, Skógafoss, where you really feel the spray, and 30 minutes away, Seljalandsfoss, where you can walk behind the curtain of water, which is a really special experience. Bring waterproofs for both. We'll be putting out a separate video on what to wear and pack for Iceland. This was 10 PM at night. Make use of the long daylight hours if you want to avoid people. Don't rush off from this area as a short walk will take you to more waterfalls, including a secret cascade concealed behind a cliff, just waiting to be explored. Before hitting the Golden Circle, we took on a waterfall hike that was rather challenging. Myself and our youngest only made it to the small waterfall, while the rest of the family did the main waterfall, which they said was lovely, but not a must-see. Maybe we've become waterfall snobs. We all appreciated the adventure though. The Golden Circle is a popular day trip from Reykjavík, but we chose to stay overnight to enjoy it at a slower pace. We did the route in reverse to the norm, hoping for fewer crowds, which seemed to pay off. We started with Kerið Crater, which was more beautiful than we expected. This was shaped when a magma chamber emptied beneath the surface. With nothing left to hold it up, the ground collapsed inward. You can walk the top route, the bottom route, or both. Onward to a tomato farm, which is a popular stop. They grow tomatoes year-round using geothermal heat and artificial light. Lunch reservations book up months in advance, but there are walk-up seats at the bar for soup and drinks with a tomato theme, and a Bloody Mary station.
Wow, that is good.
We also sampled the tomato beer.
Can't taste any tomato.
Once fed and watered, it was time to relax in the oldest natural pool in Iceland, the not-so-secret Secret Lagoon. It's more affordable than the Blue Lagoon, but as you'll see later in the video, they are quite different, and we love both. Don't worry, the eggy smell wasn't noticeable in the actual bathing areas. Then came more relaxing as we splashed out a bit for our penultimate night's stay to soak up the scenery.
It's currently 10:30 at night and I can still enjoy this gorgeous view.
And this is midnight.
We'd still not had our fill of waterfalls, so we stopped at Faxafoss as it was on our route, and we were the only ones there. It has a salmon run, but July is the best time to catch the action. Even though some of us had definitely had our fill of sulphur smells, we couldn't miss the Geysir geothermal area. The original Geysir is mostly dormant now. The Skógafoss erupts every 5 to 10 minutes, shooting boiling water up to 40 metres into the air. However, it's typically 15 to 20 metres. Just a 10-minute drive away is one of Iceland's most iconic waterfalls. You can admire it from afar or get stuck in with the spray. Onwards to Thingvellir National Park, where Iceland's parliament was founded way back in 930 AD. I must also point out it's Lou with a view. But most notably, you can walk between two continents, as the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates slowly drift apart. This movement has ripped open deep fissures and dramatic cracks in the earth. You can explore this stunning rift valley on foot or with a snorkel. At Silfra Fissure, you can snorkel or dive between the continents in water-filled cracks as part of a tour. The water is crystal clear glacial meltwater, filtered through underground lava for decades. It stays just above freezing year-round at 2 to 4 degrees Celsius, which is why you wear a dry suit. But that doesn't stop the natural lip filler effect.
Botox.
And the snorkelers weren't the only ones going for a cold dip. Unlike the ducks, we'd soon be swimming in hot geothermal water after a 90-minute drive. The Blue Lagoon is often a final stop for visitors because it's just 20 minutes from Keflavik Airport. The drive takes you through lunar-like lava fields. The lagoon's milky blue waters get their colour from high levels of silica and sulphur, minerals known for their skin cleansing and healing properties. Entry includes a face mask.
This is the silica mask, which is the included one, and then there are other ones which you pay for.
And for adults, a drink is included too. It's free entry for children under 14, children under 2 aren't allowed in. We had a power massage from the waterfall, visited the steam room and sauna, and it was the perfect place to wind down after a packed itinerary, which don't forget you can get for free by scanning the QR code or clicking the link in the description. As for the rising tourism, I needn't have worried. It didn't affect our experience. But we did travel before the peak summer season. We made use of the long daylight hours, and because we were driving, we had more freedom. Remember to subscribe as we'll have more videos to help you plan your Iceland trip. Thank you for watching Family Tripping. We'd love to hear from you in the comments.